Hello there everyone and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. We are heading back to Kerbin today. So it's time to plan our return burn and get ourselves home. Oop. Alright, that's not the right place. I'm betting I just need to leave, yeah, later. Much later. There we go. Take it down lower. I love the balance between departure time and departure burn. Is pretty cool. Let's make sure we're not going through the moon as part of this process. Okay. It's all about departing at the exact right time, isn't it? Here we go. 45. That'll do for now. Okay, there's our burn. And now that we actually have a stable monstrosity of a ship... Oh, we're going to go control from here. Perfect. We are so close to the moon, it's kind of funny. And insane. Alright, so our Kerbal is in here. Yep. Exactly where he's supposed to be. Okay. And a little time warping. Boy, it's kind of crazy watching flying along this close to the planet, you know? Yeah, we can only go at 10x, which is pretty slow. Okay, hold on. This is facing the right way, right? Okay. Alright, hold on. Let's slow down here. Control from here. No, it is accurate. We're just not far enough around the planet yet, that's all. Because if I burned right now, we'd crash right into the planet. So I definitely had more Delta V than was necessary for this by a pretty significant margin. Which is, it's okay. It's just interesting. Is there any reason to take all this stuff down on the bottom home? Not especially. Except for the part where I can make sure that it's going to go away after we depart. I got enough Delta V for the job after all. It's going to be probably a very short burn, so we'll wait till the last minute here. Do not want to be pointing at the planet if I can avoid it at all possible. Okay. Because it's probably only going to be about a 20 or 30 second burn to get home. And let's go down to... Well, we're not pointing at the ground now, so that should be good. Yep, I called it. Less than a minute. Come on, hold it steady. Hold it steady. Guess I better watch. Make sure it doesn't go completely off kilter on me. So we're going to do a min-miss mission next. Or maybe not. I got to look at my budget. I think what we might actually have to do is a budget mission to Duna, of all things. I have a mission to deliver material to orbit around Ike. Okay, here we go. 2 million, 1 million. Definitely want to make sure it is in the atmosphere. Okay, a little further. Okay, and then when we get onto the proper orbital track here. Well, first things first, let's get rid of this. I don't believe... Oh, there's still... Oh, no, there's almost no fuel left in that, so that's perfect. That actually worked out really well. I sure hope that engine wasn't on while I was doing that. That'd be a little lunatic if it was. Let's not trigger those too early. Alright, get rid of all that. That'll also make this thing a lot more stable. Okay. How much RCS fuel are we still dealing with here? Not a lot, but enough. Get rid of that stage. Come on. Apparently it won't go away. Interesting. Glitchy stages are glitchy. Oh well, let's get ourselves out of lunar orbit. Six minutes to go. 5, 4, 3, 2. And there goes the debris. Crossing point. There we are. Kerbal orbit. Let's pull that down a whole bunch. We're just going to use up some of the fuel. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Are we... We are not generating enough. Let's just do a roll. Get those solar panels doing what they're supposed to be doing right now, which is charging up my damn batteries. What, really? That's not a net. What's on that shouldn't be on right now? That. So we almost didn't have enough batteries on here, just in case you guys were wondering. Now we know. So it's a 30-second burn when we're almost at the planet. Whoa, 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 whoa. Moho. Shoot, that is just freaky having things run out of power like that. Okay. See, now we should be 100% stable because we got rid of the part of the ship that wasn't stable, that is. Let's see. So... Here we go. Yeah, this ship should be working perfectly now. Excellent. Right on the mark. Okay, 3. Okay, come on. Okay, good enough. Coming in steep, but that's okay. Should be okay anyways. Let's see, could we tweak this just a little bit more maybe? Might as well. I mean, what else are we going to use all this fuel for, right? Somewhere in between. There we are. Another 35-second burn. Almost there. Oops, missed. Oh well. Close enough. Okay. hold it steady. Alright, and get rid of those. Come on, eject them. There we go. Okay, we got under 100,000 meters to go. That should be more than enough for our purposes. Okay. Let's rotate this thing around 180 degrees so that it's facing the right way for re-entry. Actually, let's stabilize it like that. We'll finish the rotation with just this piece right here. It's all loaded with everything we need. All we need now is for the last minute adjustments. For the re-entry capsule to be ready. Whoa, autosave? Random autosave is totally random. Alright, we've officially hit the atmosphere, which means it is time to power this up and transfer Jebediah Kerman there. Nothing else to transfer, so everything online. Undock. And get you retro pointing. There we go. A perfect retrograde orientation. And this is it. This is our prayer that I didn't screw up on something in terms of design here. Got our RCS on just in case we need to make any last-minute adjustments, but if all goes according to plan, we should have more than enough. Our blade of shields should be in the right place, and I did add the extra. We are coming in very steep, though, which is kind of terrifying. The good news is that we are slowing down already. Alright, well there goes the command ship. Also known as a very expensive series of explosions. Yeah. Well, there goes some more of it. Now, at least we have a landing and a show here. Hilarious. Whoop. Alright, it looks like all the atmospheric shock is hitting my shield just as according to design. Just don't light my parachutes on fire and we'll be just fine. Okay, well, we're definitely coming in, well, hot is one way to put it. We are going incredibly fast right now. But it looks like it's going to be a clean re-entry. I mean, nothing else is on fire. Knock wood. Thank goodness my desk is made out of wood, otherwise I'd be in real trouble with statements like that. Okay, so the balance coming up next will be definitely the question of, do we have enough budget to not only launch a mission to min-miss similar to this one, but also to launch our next actual money-making mission. I think we got to do a money mission next. I can't afford to have too many cash sinks happening at this stage of the game. Not in a row, at least. So it's going to be definitely another round of contractual obligations before we send another manned mission on its way. Well, I would say that barring disaster on Splashdown, we are golden here. And with the number of parachutes I put on here, we should be okay. Should be, being the operative word. Okay, seriously, you're not gonna... I guess we're coming up on the point where these parachutes should be okay, aren't we? It's not giving me any screaming, yelling warnings about things being terribly dangerous, so... There we go. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing slow enough. It's definitely going to be a splashdown, which is good news. I much prefer splashdowns over land impacts, if only because mountains. The disasters that we've had due to mountains in this game are pretty hysterical. Okay, we're going in. It's 500 where the chutes deploy for their final. God, that feels very low, doesn't it? Okay, here we go. Final deployment. Oh yeah, no problem. Look at that. 3.6. It's going to take us bloody forever to get to the ground at this rate. Probably excessive parachutes, but you know what? I would always rather have a few too many parachutes than not enough. Okay, we're going in. We'll slow down at about 50 meters because this is going really slow. All right. Well, that mission could have gone better, but it also could have gone a lot worse. So, rock on. We're in, and I'm going to recover that before something else happens to it. Okay, well that was a reasonable success. 600 science from the materials study from the Moon Service. About 31,000 recovered. That's a valuable recovery. And of course, Jebediah Kerman is home. Done and done. Okay, so let's see. Money-wise, we have 635,000. I think we need to do these two missions right here. We've got 600,000 worth of mission just from these two payloads to... and we can send this small payload with our next, with our Minmus mission, because why not? And it's not very much. A small payload isn't too much. Okay, so we're going to take those two. And the rest of this is all Minmus or in flight over Kerbal. So we're just going to focus on these two right here today. So yes, our next mission is going to be a mission to Duna, well, to Ike more specifically. So basically what we need to do is just look at what the mass we need to insert into orbit around Ike is, which is, I believe, 2... Alright, let's make the primary control this guy right here. 1, 2. Okay, so 20 tons. So we got experimental engineering and Maxo construction toys. I think those are the two contracts I have that need to go to Ike. Experimental engineering and Maxo construction toys. Okay, so this shall be called Ike Payload Delivery Mark 1. Okay, so I'm going to do this one off camera because I need to do some math. I'm not going to fly this thing without doing the math. I'm probably never going to fly a mission again without doing the math, to be honest. But I suspect we're going to have some solar panels on the side of this. Probably 4 or 6 of them. Probably 6. We can put them right on here, because why not? Why wouldn't we, right? I think... Okay, we're dealing with 1 probe core. That's actually the critical thing. Can we power the... How much is it to power the probe core? 1.98 per minute, and these produce 0.9 per minute at Kerbal. So 4 should be enough, I think. We'll operate under that assumption. Okay, that's sort of the critical stuff right there. We'll need a dose of RCS and a dose... Well, okay. There is no reason to eject this thing and take it apart. We might as well leave it intact at 6 of those. The critical thing here is going to be making sure that this thing is not more expensive than absolutely necessary. That's kind of the critical goal here. Because we're talking about $600,000 worth of delivery mass. And we don't want to overshoot that. We'll put one battery on here just in case of going behind a planet or something. And that is basically our payload. So the rest of this is the payload. I don't see any reason to take anything else on this mission. So we're taking 26 tons, and 26 tons, all it has to do is get into orbit around Ike. It doesn't have to be in a close orbit. It just has to be in orbit. So I will crunch the numbers and build the various stages for this thing. One mark. And I'll see you. Okay, so it's not the end of the episode after all. I put this together and I'm looking at it and I did the math and I'm looking at it and I'm going, is this really enough to get this payload to Ike? I'm not 100% sure. If my math is right, this bottommost stage, weighing in at 51.2 tons, with one gray engine, with one tiny gray tank and one medium gray tank, is enough to produce 1,895 delta V. Ike requires 1,630 delta V in an optimal approach. Oh, I'm sorry, in a non-optimal approach. So, am I right? 51.2 ton ship here. Assuming that's right, this is the 50 ton plus the 50 ton launcher. Should be just fine to get this monstrosity into orbit. I might tweak it a little just because I've got better tech now, but please let me know if you think this thing can pull it off, because if it can, it's only 150,000. It doesn't even cost half of one of these two payloads, which I think is pretty high efficiency. Plus, we're going to be able to return this middle stage to the ground, just like usual. Okay. Let me know what you think, guys, and in the next episode, I will tweak it or fly it, depending on how things go. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye for now.